Right? Okay, that's good. How about you?
For me, based on my experience, just patiently listen to the customer whatever they say.
Okay.
And after that, if they insist that they are not interested, just politely close the call and make the next call with a smile, so
Yeah.
that the preceding calls will not affect it.
Right. Do you ever go back and call them again? Sometimes, for example, like when somebody would reject your call and then later on, do you ever go back? And it may, because probably sometimes like maybe it was the wrong timing or something. Maybe for the second time, it may be a good timing, and then later on, because you're very persistent or whatever, and then, okay, maawa, di ba? They would PDRG you. That might work sometimes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It may. So, it takes patience or whatever, to be really successful. Because sometimes, sometimes they would say no, and then sometimes if you put in your mind that, no, I'm not going to accept no as an answer, sometimes like if you go back to them and then it may work or whatever. But if you really feel that, no, it's not worth going back to that person, so I guess you have to move on and get to the next person. So how about you?
Just like what I said, go on to the next call. Don't mind the rejection because it's normal, and just to try to empathize.
Right. Okay. Well, we've heard what they already, what everybody thinks and what everybody feels. So, is there anybody else who can say something? Probably from back there.
Sorry?
Or, sir, maybe you can share something to this, since you're already here.
I guess one thing that they would appreciate to hear from you is, since this is like a charity work,
okay,
and we know these times or tough times not just here in the Philippines,
okay,
but also in the US, we'll be calling US
right,
customers. So, I mean, how would you, if you are in their shoes, how would you convince a customer to help the organization of Better Glow in Child Africa?
Okay, I haven't done any call center work like this before. I do it because right now I really wanted to be involved also with my foundations, Mystica Foundation.
So, I mean,
and
I've heard you have a foundation.
Right,
so
about the Mystica Foundation.
Yeah, how would you convince
and that's also the reason why I'm here, because first of all, I'm also learning with them while I'm interacting with them, because I've done my part in the foundation as the one who goes out there and convince people through giving some donations or something. So it's totally different. So I would say is you convince them that what we're doing is a charity work, and at the same time you can actually earn from it. And it would be nice if if you get these people to listen that it's not just because of the it's not just because of the business, but it's also something that they can actually help other people. So if they are convinced that what they're doing is actually contributing a lot also for the benefit of other people, especially the poor ones, it's not necessarily in Africa or not necessarily in the Philippines, but in general in the whole world or whatever. So maybe it would really help them, the fact that that they can be convinced to really listen to you. Because sometimes if you go directly to the fact that, okay, this is business, if they can feel that it's business right away, you wanted their money, so sometimes they tend to just put it down. But sometimes like you just have to get their heart first, right? Because not everybody is just about business all the time, because they're used to that. It's very hard sometimes to convince people. It's just, especially if they can feel that it's all about business, and then, first you have to convince them this is all about helping other people, this is about the charity, or this is about the foundation or whatever that you're trying to involve with. But at the same time, you are going to earn money in the long process, for example. Well, as Jenny knows better about this, about this Better Glow right now. So maybe he's the one who can actually give you all this, I'm sure that he already made some script or whatever. So he is the person who can actually give the, the exact information regarding that.
Yeah.
How can they convince them right away?
But you have also been giving it out and you
Right.
know a lot about Better Globe and you convince many people, right?
Well, I've been trying to convince also,
Yeah.
about other people in order to sponsor. So it's totally the other way for me. So for me, I'm just trying to learn also about this project that you're having. So I mean, whatever I could do in order to motivate you. As the person, that's what I can tell, but he is the right person who can actually tell exactly what to tell them, how to get the people right away, because getting the people right away, especially on the phone,
Very tough.
it is tough. I'm sure it is. I've never done it, that's what I told you, but I'm sure it's tough. It's just probably the way how you convince it.
Yeah.
You've done it, so maybe you can share your idea how
It depends
to
on
get it
how
started,
you talk. It
right?
depends on how you deal with it. That's first. I'm using my convincing power. Like, tell him, how are you?
Right?
How was your day? So we could be able to learn if he's in a good mood or not.
Mhm.
So if not a good mood, maybe how long your mood will be changed? Something
Okay.
like that. Make him laugh. Make him
Okay,
smile.
okay. So it would be more like a personal thing first before you get
Yeah.
to the before you,
You
get
need to know
involved with
the
the
emotion
business
or the
part.
moods of the person
Okay.
for you to deal with your business.
Okay,
Much better.
right. How about you guys? How would you do it? I mean, you've been in this business for a long time, so how would you get started with it before you can get the person to really actually listen to you?
Actually, sometimes you can get a nice person on the phone,
Right.
but it's more about on timing
Okay.
and how you deliver your script to the customer.
Right.
And for me, what I just do is just speak slower, especially if we're going to call for charity, for
Okay.
donation. You need to make it slow.
But sometimes, like, if you're too slow and then people they're
They'll
so
be bored.
busy,
They will be bored.
and then
Drop the phone.
yeah, that's right. So I mean, but if you're too aggressive as well, and then it would end up to
Yeah,
to
maybe
a
you should
negative thing as
like,
well. So
in Tagalog, you make them gising. Like, you
Right.
make them get interested into what you've been talking about. To the point.
right,
Straight to the
right.
point.
I think that you're talking about people must feel that you're enthusiastic and
Yeah.
idealistic when you
Right,
talk about
exactly.
these things. That is hardware. And you must feel a heart in it, then you can go to the business a little bit later, of course. You
Okay.
change a little bit direction.
So Mr. Johnny, can you give an example? For example, if you are the one calling right now and I'm here on the phone listening
Yes.
to you.
Right? You're on the phone.
Yes, I am the phone.
Yes.
And hello.
Hello, this is Johnny calling from Better Globe.
Okay, what can I do for you, sir?
Yeah. I'm just taking this on the spot. Yes. I've been writing the script. I will just say I'm calling from Better Globe to share a possibility to really do something new in this world. It's called charity with interest. Have you heard about this before?
No, not really.
It's a new way.
Mommy, let's go. So there's things gonna be like that.
Yeah,
Right.
something like that.
It's always gonna be like that.
Mom, hurry up, we're late.
There you go. So I'm sure that you guys, you deal with that all the time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially daytime. But you have to deal with it. You can ask her what is the rest day or what is the free time for her to call you.
Yeah.
You can be able to ask them the exact day and time.
Okay.
Then you can call back.
That's
so she
right.
could be able to give you a time.
Okay.
Nobody calls her attention. So you can straightly bring your business and deal with her.
Right. So I guess you just have to, you just have to really
You should
try and
always
try
have your
whatever, right?
initiative.
Right.
Yes.
Because we would be able to deal with a lot of stuff, the unexpected stuff you would be able to deal with. So everybody has just to be, just to have your own creativity, just like what he said,
Yeah. Exactly.